then CUS ID, and there is the standard data store object ZSLS. So in the folder we have already created three info providers. So we can create the multi-provider here. Right click on the info area and create multi-provider. Here when you get a, you have to give the edit multi-provider, you have to give the name of the multi-provider, underscore, then consolidate, consolidation. Okay, consolidation. So you create multi-provider here. Here you will get all the info providers, like you have all the tabs here. You can see this info cubes, data store objects, info object, info sets, aggregation levels. Aggregation levels we use it for BP, so IP or BPC or IP. We have aggregation levels. So for planning data, we have aggregation levels. So we can have that option as well. It is good to see. So here we have info sets, info objects, data store objects, info cubes. So we can use all the existing info providers in the system other than other multi-providers. So in multi-providers, there is a wide range of acceptability, so we can do that. So here there are a lot of info providers. So I select this option and I select the info area so that it will be easy for me to choose the info provider. So when I select the particular info area, it only shows the particular, uh, particular info providers for the info area. So I can select easily. Here, info cube is there. I have chosen the info cube and data store object and info object as well. So we don't have aggregation levels and info sets, so we leave it. And now create multi-provider. Continue. So here in this area, there's something. Yeah, okay. You can see this, and this is the same layout as of InfoCube. While creating InfoCube, we have seen this three dimensions: data package dimension, time dimension, and unit dimension. It is the same as InfoCube and all the other dimensions, like technicalities. You can create three dimensions. You have three predefined dimensions, and you can create another 13 dimensions for the user. So three dimensions SAP is already given: data package, time, and unit. You can create 13 more dimensions, and for that you have the selected info providers. For the multi-provider, you can expand them and you can directly drag and drop them, and it is very simple. Here for dimension 1, we can edit the dimension and we'll see. And create a new dimension. Uh, so here you have dimensions, and here you have cube, right? There are dimensions in the cube as well. You can see time unit the same as the layout, I mean, same design as the multi-provider. So here you have customer from here and material invoice. So let's give this. I want to give the customer ID in the customer dimension and expand this to confine. Here there is a dimension, right? And material name, material number to the material dimension, and then invoice number to the invoice dimension. So these are the dimensions. And then now we need key figures. So let's take the key figures from here. So you can navigate the data store object. Here we have key figures and all the other key fields and data fields. We already selected the customer ID, so you select let's say other key figures like bill amount, cost, material cost, and material quantity. Here we could have selected from this one as well, but we already have a customer ID, so we don't need that. We have attributes here, customer name and the customer address, customer phone number. So let's add customer phone number. So we add it, and now we'll see what to do. First of all, you have to create dimensions, and you have to give characteristics in the dimensions and key figures in this part, key figure part, and then you have to do the identification. Here you can see the symbol here, identify characteristics, and besides that there is another symbol, select key figures. So you have to do identification when you add the characteristics of key figures to the multi-provider. Here when you do the identification, there are characteristics, right? Customer identity, and there is a characteristic called customer phone number, and this only has a customer identity. So it is not customer phone number is not available in InfoCube, SalesCube, and it is not available in data store object. Here you can see it is not available in any of them other than customer identity. So there is only one info provider which is providing customer phone number to the multi-provider, and that is customer identity. So check this and go ahead. So next you have customer ID. So we only have selected customer ID from one sales cube, and for that purpose it is only showing one. So like that we have to do identification. So here you can see you have to identify this from the info provider. So here if the same field is provided by multiple info providers, then you have to decide which info provider you want to select the field from. Here I am selecting the field from Cube. So similarly, you can select from the data store object. Like that, you have to this is called identification of the characteristics. So here we do identification of each and every characteristic, and here you can see invoice number. Standard data store object is providing the same invoice number, as well as sales info cube is providing the same invoice number. So I'm selecting the cube because we believe that cube has all the right data, so than that of data store object. So we have to select the cube, because in cube you will have whole consolidated and summarized data. So InfoCube is not data store object is not good for reporting. So cube is good for reporting, and it is you will always have aggregated data in the cube. So when you have a option, then you when you have an option, and when the requirement doesn't specify anything, then we have to obviously select the cube. And if there is a requirement that you are loading to the data store object, and we are maintaining data store object for particular data more than the cube, then you can select the data store object. So here we have already done the identification for all of them. You can see, so you have to continue with this. And now you click on the key figures. Here you can see same material cost is provided from by the sales cube as well as the data store object. So we have to do the identification of this. And for the same quantity there is the two, and bill amount everyone is providing this as well. So you have to do the identification and then click continue. Alternately, you can identify all as well. So create proposal for all as well. So but we can generally scroll down, and we can generally have the navigation like here manually, and we can do the identification. So continue with this. Once you've done the identification, here you can go ahead with the activation. So there is all in InfoCube model, multi-provider modeling. You have to give the key figures, and you have to give the dimensions, and choose the characteristics. But only thing is it is a virtual info provider, and there are multiple info providers underlying this, and you don't have to create any transformations or DTP. Here, this is a PL/SQL statement, and it doesn't hold take any memory. So it is so it is called virtual info provider. So you have to activate it once you have done with the modeling. So here we activated it successfully. You can see here in multi-provider, you can right click on the multi-provider and show data. You can see it is coming, data is coming from customer ID, info object is there, and standard DSO is there, and the cube is there. So it has three sources, data sources. You can, when you expand the multi-provider, you will see three of them. So now you have these info providers are used in multi-provider, and if you separately want to delete the standard DSO, it won't get deleted. You first have to delete the multi-providers and then delete the DSO like that. So it will show you the where use it list, and you have to make sure of that you clear all of the in with providers info providers on top of it before you delete this.